Good morning, guys. Are you getting my voice? ఎవరైనా యాడ్ అవుతారని ఇంతేనా 1 2 3 4 మెంబర్స్ మరి దారుణంగా బిలో 5 ఏంటంటే మరి మీరు ఫైనల్ ఇయర్కి వచ్చాక మీ వాళ్ళు ఎలా అయ్యారు కనీసం మినిమం క్లాసులు వినటానికి ఏమాత్రం ఇష్టపడట్లేదు అసలు వాట్స్ ద ప్రాబ్లం చదవని వాళ్ళు అందరూ రెగ్యులర్ క్యాండిడేట్స్ తిరిగిన అందరూ కూడా ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ అయిపోయారు. నోబడీ షోయింగ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఆన్ క్లాసెస్. మంచి మంచి సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయండి ఈ సెమిస్టర్. లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ హ్యాస్ కేమ్. వెబ్ టెక్నాలజీస్ ఉంది. ఎంత హ్యాపీగా ఇంత ఫ్రీ టైమ్ ఇస్తే ఎంత కంప్లీట్‌గా నేర్చుకోవచ్చు ఆ వెబ్ టెక్నాలజీస్‌ని. బట్ నోబడీ ఈస్ షోయింగ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్. హెచ్‌టీఎంఎల్ ఉంది, జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ ఉంది, రూబీ ఉంది, అందులో పెరల్ ఉంది, పైథాన్ డేటాబేస్ కనెక్టివిటీ ఉంది. ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ నుంచి డేటాబేస్ కనెక్టివిటీ, డేటాబేస్ ఇన్‌స్టాల్ చేసి ఆర్కిల్‌కి ఎలా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలి, యూజింగ్ పెరల్, యూజింగ్ రూబీ. మెనీ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. బట్ నోబడీ ఈస్ షోయింగ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్. మన కౌంట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయ్యే అవకాశం లేదా ఇంకా?
ఈ క్లాస్ కాబట్టి
అర్థం కాలేదండి. ఏంది?
మీ క్లాస్ కాబట్టి ఇంతమంది వచ్చారు సార్, లేకపోతే ఇద్దరు ముగ్గురు అంతే సార్.
క్లాస్ 14 మంది వచ్చారు ఇప్పటికి. నా క్లాస్ కాబట్టి నా క్లాస్ కాబట్టి 10 క్లాస్ 14 మంది నలుగురు వచ్చారు. ఎవరో ఒక క్యాండిడేట్ వస్తున్నా మరి 5 ఫోన్లే. నా సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్ కోసం కనీసం నా కౌంట్ 5 అన్న వచ్చింది. మరి బిలో 5 కాకుండా. ఏది లాస్ట్ వీక్ నాకు కుదరక వీడియోస్ పెడితే ఒక్క వ్యూ లేదండి ఆ వీడియోకి. లాస్ట్ వీక్ 2 or 3 క్లాస్ తీసుకోవడం కుదరక వీడియో పెడితే అట్లీస్ట్ సింగిల్ వ్యూ లేదు. ఒక్క వ్యూ కూడా లేదు దాంట్లో. నోబడీ ఈస్ వ్యూయింగ్. ఎవరు ఇప్పుడు జాయిన్ అయింది? విష్ణువా? విష్ణు ఏమైంది? ఏంది విష్ణు? మీ వాళ్ళ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంది? ఎవరు ఏ క్లాసులు సరిగ్గా అటెండ్ అవ్వట్లేదు. వాట్స్ ద ప్రాబ్లం? చెప్పాలని ఇంట్రెస్ట్ పోతుంది అసలు. ఇలా అయితే 4, 5, 6 మీ జూనియర్స్ నయం కదండి బంగారం వాళ్ళ. కనీసం రెగ్యులర్ క్లాసులు 20 మంది 25 మంది మాత్రం రెగ్యులర్ గా డైలీ కనెక్ట్ అవుతారు, డైలీ అంటారు. సరే అందరూ కాకపోయినా ఆ రెగ్యులర్ క్యాండిడేట్స్ వరకు. నో ఆన్సర్ సార్. నో రిప్లై, నో ఆన్సరా? ఏదో సార్ మేము మాత్రం కనెక్ట్ అయ్యా మాత్రం సంతోషించమంటారా? ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. వాట్ ఎవర్ థింగ్స్ హ్యాపెన్. క్లాస్ జరగాల్సిందే కాబట్టి. See, in the last week, I have placed a video on the Java MapReduce API. Okay, briefly we have seen what are the important classes in the Java MapReduce. I think this video has 0 views. That means nobody has seen this video. Okay, no problem at all. See, when we come to this Java MapReduce, it has mainly the following are the important classes and interfaces in the MapReduce API of Java, in the Java language. See, when we come to the MapReduce programming, generally Hadoop is developed in Java platform, but there is no rule that MapReduce programs must be in Java. We can write the MapReduce programs either in Java, Python, C++, wherever, in every language we want, Ruby, etc. Okay, here we are discussing about the Java's MapReduce API, but don't fix like that. MapReduce should be always in Java. There is no rule that MapReduce programs must be in Java. Yeah, okay, even though Java Hadoop was developed in Java language, there is no rule that we have to write MapReduce programs only in Java platform. Here only we are discussing about this MapReduce API in Java. application programming interface of MapReduce in Java. So previous in that video we have discussed. When we come to the Java, Java has 4 major classes. Java MapReduce API contains the 4 major classes. They are the one is interface, job context interface. Next job class will be there, mapper class and reducer classes will be there. These are the important classes in the MapReduce API in Java. Okay. When we come to the first one, job context, already we told it is an interface. That means it will contain only the abstract methods. Okay. There is no non-abstract methods. It will contain only abstract methods, and some class is required to implement all those abstract methods of the job context interface. Clear? This job context interface will act as a super interface for all the classes. Okay, it will behave as the super class for all the classes. Clear? When we come to this one, it has 2 abstract methods are there. Okay, sub interfaces are there. Map context is one sub interface. Reduce context is another sub interface. Okay, the map context will take 2 values, key comma value as input. It will give key comma value as output. Similarly, reduce also, key comma value will be taken as input, key comma value will be given as output. That is a job context interface. Next, to implement this job context interface, there is a class called job class. The second important part of the MapReduce API is job class. Okay, what is the role of this job class? Is already we told job context is a interface. So to implement the methods of job context, there is one class is required. That class is nothing but the job class. Okay, job class is the main class that implements the job context interface. We will see in the next continuation example role of this job class. Yeah, the main role of this job class is to configure the just few minutes. See, the main role of this job context job class is to configure the job, submit the job to the Hadoop HDFS. Okay, to configure, that means to set up the job, to submit the job to the MapReduce program. Next, controlling its execution and query the state. These are the some important works of the job class. By using job class, the user can configure the job. That means he can set up the job whenever he want to do some task. The task can be configured by using this job class. Next, by using job class, the job will be submitted to the mapper class. Next, we can control the execution of the job using this job class. And also, one more opportunity is query the state. At any point of time, if you want to know state of your job, how much the job is processed, we can know that by writing queries to this job class. That is the main role of this job class. After job class, see, when we come to the job class, it has 3 constructors are there without parameters. That is default constructor. Next, with a single parameter, that single parameter is object of configuration class. The role of this configuration class is, it is also a predefined class. Okay, the role of this configuration class is to configure the job. Whenever the job class wants to configure any job, it will do that work with the help of the object of this configuration class. Okay, that is the thing. Job class, constructor with single parameter, next constructor with 2 parameters. Object of configuration class, job name also. We will see that one in the next example. We will briefly see this job class. Okay, see, one more time we have to see the following are the some important methods in the job class. Why I am repeating these things is, next we have to see briefly the code of a sample program we have to see. That's why I am repeating these things. When we come to the job class will contain the following methods: get job name. I think you can understand that one. Okay, one is get job name, get job state, is complete to verify job is finished or not. Set input format class we will use in the next program. Okay, set job name, we can give a new name to the job. Set output format class. See here, set input format class, set output format class. Okay, what is the role of this is set input format class and set output format class. The role of these two is set input format class is used to set the what type of input file we have to accept. The job class has to accept the job in the form of a file. Already we know the job is nothing but in the form of a file. We want to process some file, so the file is to be given to the job class. Okay, this set input format class will specify what type of input file we should accept, whether we have to accept a text file, or we have to accept audio file, or we have to accept video file or animation file, whatever, what type of file it has to be accepted. Set input format class specifies what is the input format of the job. Similarly, set output format class will set the output format, in which format we want the analysis report. Whether you want the analysis report in the form of text, in the form of audio, in the form of pie graphs, bar charts, okay, bar graph, pie charts, like that, in which format you want, that will be specified with the help of this method, set output format class. Next, set mapper class. This set mapper class method is used to connect job to the mapper class. After the job is configured, it must be given to the mapper class. So to connect to the mapper class, we use the set mapper class. Similarly, to connect to the job to the reducer class, we use set reducer class. Okay. To connect to the partitioner, we use the partitioner class, set partitioner class. To connect to the combiner, we use the set combiner class. We will see these things in the next classes. Okay. What is the role of this partitioner combiner? Okay, in the present class, we will see about these, how we are going to use set input format class, set output format class, set mapper class, set reducer class, all these things. Okay, all these methods belongs to the job class. That's why, that's point we have to remember. So briefly, we have rewinding this job class, the what are the job class, what it contains. Next, mapper class will be there. We will discuss this mapper class in the next step. Directly in that example also, we will discuss that one. Now we are going to our current concept called basic program of Hadoop MapReduce. We want to see some sample program of the MapReduce program, Hadoop MapReduce program. Okay, we have to see the sample code of this Hadoop MapReduce program. Already we told in the here we are following the Java. Okay, we can follow any language. Here we are following Java. The Java MapReduce mainly contains job context interface. Okay, to implement that interface, job class will be there. Next, mapper class will be there. Next, reducer class will be there. These are the three main classes: job class, mapper class, and reducer class. Clear? Briefly that we have seen. Now to understand this basic programming of Hadoop MapReduce. Before directly going to the sample program, we have to see briefly about the Hadoop data type. What are the data types in the Hadoop? Okay, before going to the MapReduce program directly, we will see basically Hadoop data types. See, we can get a doubt. We are writing the MapReduce program in Java. So why we should not use the directly Java data types instead of using separately? Why we want to use Hadoop data type? Why we are unable to use the Java data types directly Java language? In Java language only we are writing the program. So why we should not use the Java data types? Why we are specially using these Hadoop data types? That we want to know briefly. See, one thing is, I think you have some idea about the wrapper classes in Java. What are the wrapper classes in Java? I think you have some idea about wrapper classes in Java. Did anybody answer? You answered. What are the wrapper classes in Java? Wrapper classes. Idea on wrapper classes. See, we have the primary data types are there in Java. Okay, they are int, byte, short, int, long, float, double, char. Okay, Boolean. We have the 8 primary primitive data types are available in Java. For these primitive data type, 8 classes are available. 8 predefined classes are available for these 8 primitive data types in Java. Those 8 classes which belongs to these 8 primitive data types are the called wrapper classes. For int, the wrapper class is integer. For float, the wrapper class is float. For double, the wrapper class is double. For byte, the wrapper class is byte, like that. Okay, wrapper classes are available. In Java, we have the wrapper classes are there. Next, we have to know one more point is serialization in Java. What is the concept of serialization in Java? విన్నారండి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సీరియలైజేషన్ ఇన్ జావా ఎప్పుడైనా విన్నారా? ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సీరియలైజేషన్ ఇన్ జావా. ఎవరు వినలేదండి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సీరియలైజేషన్ ఇన్ జావా. జావాలో ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సీరియలైజేషన్. మొన్ననే మన ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ లోనే డీడీఏ ఫస్ట్ యూనిట్ లో కూడా చెప్పుకున్నామండి. wrapper classes object serialization. See, what is meant by object serialization is, okay, the transfer of object through the network is called object serialization. Okay, in the network sometimes we want to transfer the Java object from one machine to another machine. Through the network we have to transfer the object. Okay, how we are able to transfer the Java objects through the network means by using the concept of serialization. What is this object serialization is, the object is converted into byte stream, that means zeros and ones format. Okay, the object will be transformed into byte stream, that is zeros and ones format, and those zeros and ones will be transferred through the network to the other machine. In the other machine, again deserialization will be applied so that the object will come back into the original state. That is the Java serialization. Object serialization in Java means sometimes in the network we want to transfer the Java objects through the network from one machine to another machine. Okay, how to transfer means we convert the Java object into bytes, zeros and ones format. We will transfer the object into zeros and ones, and we transfer them through the network. At the other side, after zeros and ones are received, by applying deserialization, it will get back the original object. That process is called serialization and deserialization of Java objects. Clear? So Java contains wrapper classes, and by using wrapper classes, Java is supporting the serialization and deserialization. Now when we come to the Hadoop, okay, now the question is, why Hadoop is having the separate data types? Why it is not directly using the data types of Java means? Okay, Hadoop, already we told Hadoop is a combination of many systems. Hadoop cluster will contain hundreds to thousands of systems will be there. Okay, the file should be transferred. The files should be transferred from one machine to another machine. Okay, that means here we must apply the serialization in the Hadoop also. When we come to the Hadoop, okay, if the Hadoop is using Java serialization, the Java serialization is too heavy or too big for Hadoop. Okay, Java serialization is too heavy concept or too big concept for Hadoop. That's why Hadoop is not directly using the Java data types, and it is not directly using the Java serialization concept. Okay, the Java serialization concept is too big or too heavy for the Hadoop. That's why Hadoop is not using the Java data types, and it is not using the Java serialization concept. Okay, Hadoop is separate using the data types which are similar to the Java data type. Hadoop will have the a set of data types which are similar to the Java data types, and which will support the serialization. Okay, those data types are called writable data types. The Hadoop data types are called the writable data types. Okay, these data types are similar to the Java data types like int, float, long, double, etc. These are similar to these. Okay, they will also support the serialization. Why Hadoop is maintaining separate writable data types instead of using the Java's means? The reason is Java serialization concept is too big or too heavy for Hadoop. That concept is a too large concept for implementation in Hadoop. So Hadoop is unable to implement the Java serialization. Okay, if it is using Java data types, it must implement the Java serialization, but it is unable to implement the Java serialization. So you should not like to use the Java data types. That's why it is creating its own data types, which are similar to the Java data types. Look at those data types are called writable data types. We will in our next unit, fourth unit in the BDI is completely about the writable data types only. We will learn completely about the Hadoop writable data types. Now see the list. Okay, I already told Java has wrapper classes are there. See, for int data type, we have the integer wrapper class is there. For integer wrapper class in Java, what is the Hadoop data type? Int writable is the Hadoop data type. For float, float writable. For long data, long writable. For short, short writable. Double, double writable. String, text. For string, here it is using the text. Byte, byte writable. Okay. Null, null writable. Okay, like that. For the wrapper classes for every wrapper class in Java, a corresponding writable data type is available in the Hadoop. For every wrapper class in Java, a corresponding writable data type is available in the Java. The reason is, if anybody asks you why Hadoop is using its own writable data types instead of using your Java data types, means if Hadoop is using the Java data types, Hadoop must implement the Java serialization. But Java serialization concept is too heavy concept for the Hadoop to implement. That's why instead of using the Hadoop Java data types, Hadoop is using its own data types. We will learn about this concept in more detail when we go to the fourth unit. Okay, writable data types. Many concepts are there relating to this. We will learn in depth about the writable data type of Hadoop in our next unit. Now, just briefly, we have seen why, because next we have to see a sample program. That's why we are briefly seeing. Whenever you see in the program int writable, you should not get confused. What is this int writable? It is like integer in Java. Float writable is nothing but float in Java. Long writable is nothing but long in Java. Text is nothing but string in Java. Byte writable is nothing but byte in Java. Okay, null writable is nothing but null in Java, like that. These are the some few data types that are available in the Java. Clear? So before starting the basic program of Hadoop MapReduce, briefly we have seen this one. Here the main point is we have to clearly get idea about this one. Why Hadoop is using its own data type instead of using that one, means your answer must be this one. Okay, Hadoop serialization is a heavy concept for the Java serialization is a heavy concept for the Hadoop. That's why Hadoop wants to use a lightweighted serialization concept. That's why it is using its own data types instead of the Java data types. With this knowledge, we have to take a concept, and for that concept, we have to write the sample code. Okay. Okay. Now see, when we come to the MapReduce program majorly contains three classes will be there: mapper class, reducer class, driver class. So when we want to write a MapReduce program, we have to write majorly these three classes. We have to write mapper class, reducer class, and driver class. Clear? These three classes are the major classes that are playing major role in the MapReduce program. So we have to write these three classes whenever we want to write a MapReduce program. What is this mapper class contains? Already మనకు తెలిసిన పాయింట్స్ ఏంటి, briefly we are rewinding. Already we know this, just briefly again we are rewinding. Okay, mapper class. Okay, the first phase in the data processing is the first step in the MapReduce is the mapper class. Okay, this mapper class has internal has two works will be there. Input split will be there, record reader will be there. Okay, the mapper class majorly contains two things: input split and record reader. What is the main duty of the mapper class is? The mapper class will take the input splits and it will try to perform the access work on the input split. Whatever the work you want to do on that one, that work will be done on the input split. Okay, generally what will happen is whenever a large file is given, first that large file will be divided into smaller number of subfiles. Those smaller number of subfiles are called the input splits. Okay, logically we divide the large data into smaller set of data. Okay, that smaller set of data are called the input splits, and each split will be given to one mapper program, one map will be given. Okay, now what is the record reader is role is, after the data is divided into input splits, each split will be given to one map. The rule, what is the record reader is, okay, the record reader will take the input split and convert the input split data into key comma value pairs. Okay, the duty of the record reader is, before map do its work, the record reader will take the input split and it will try to convert the data in the input split into the format of key comma value pairs. Why? Because we already told in the map reduce concept, every phase will take input in the form of key comma value pairs and give output in the form of key comma value pairs only. That's why whenever a input split is given to the mapper class, the record reader inside the mapper class will try to convert the data into key comma value pairs. That is the mapper class. Next, reducer class will be there. The role, what is the role of the reducer class is, whatever the output data given by the mapper class, it will take that output from the mapper class. Internally, reducer class also is two parts. One is shuffling, one is reducing. Internally, reducer is also two types, shuffling and reducing. Okay, the shuffling phase will take output of mapper class and it will shuffle the output of the mapper class. Shuffling means all the related data will be gathered at one point. That is the duty of the shuffling. After shuffling is over, the reducer will reduce the output into smaller output. Okay, by combining all the same key values, okay, it will try to reduce the output into smaller output. That is the reducer class and mapper class. Mapper class will map the data and reducer class will reduce the data. Along with these two, driver class is there. Okay, the important class and the first class that is executed is the driver class. Okay, what is the role of this driver class is, it is responsible for setting up a map or reduce job to run in Hadoop. To run a map reduce job in Hadoop, driver class is the main person who is responsible. Okay, the configuration of job will be done in the driver class only. Okay, first the configuration of job will be done in the driver class. Next, the mapper and reducer classes are attached to the job in the driver class only. Driver class is playing the major role. So when we come to the map reduce program, it contains mainly three classes: driver class, mapper class, reducer class. First we write the driver class. In the driver class, we will initiate the job. Okay, we will configure the job and the job will be attached to mapper class and reducer class. The mapper class will do its work. The reducer class will do its work. That we will see in the program. We will see later. After few class, next class we will see that one. Clear. Tomorrow we will take a small example program, example concept, and we will write the program for this one. Okay. Tomorrow we will see that one. Now this is the thing briefly. Okay, Hadoop data types. Today we have seen briefly the Hadoop data types. So what are the Hadoop data types? Why Hadoop is using the separate writable data types instead of using the Java data types. That is what we have seen on today. Clear. Tomorrow we will see how to write the. We will take a small file, and for that file, how to write the driver class, how to write the mapper class, how to write the reducer class. Actually, that program should be written and executed, but unfortunately, we don't have Hadoop installed Hadoop. That's why only we will see the theoretically, we will see the code. We don't go for executing that program. Okay, whenever the situation is possible, we will happily install the Hadoop and we will run the program totally. Okay, tomorrow class we will see that sample program. Okay, how the mapper code will be there, how reducer code will be there, how driver code will be. This is the driver code, this is the reducer code, this is the mapper code. Okay, tomorrow we will see about that one. Clear, Andy? This is briefly the today's class about the Hadoop data types, and briefly the mapper class, reducer class, and driver class. We will meet on tomorrow and we will see the next question. Thank you.